Okay, I'm at my job for like 10 hours a day the last 5 days. I genuinely, I don't give a shit about that, but it does mean that I want to get this fucking project done today. Well, that didn't happen. Got off work early today, so I got some time to work. First order business, I gotta clean up my room. This is a fucking mess. I don't want to say there's like a whole lot, but I need to figure out the case. I've got to make everything way smaller because it's way too thick right now and it looks like a bomb. We're trying to avoid that, preferably at all costs. Okay, so right now what I have, I've got a big ass sandwich. I have a top part, a middle part, and a bottom part. My bottom part, I made it out of nice and squishy TPU, right? I got some a very nice roll of ABS. PETG actually, which is pretty durable, I think. Okay, I need to do the case and I need to finish the software, which software shouldn't be too hard. I've made a button handling, blah 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 blah, coding. Yeah, I gotta desolder some stuff. Because right now this thing is a little bit too thick, so I'm going to be removing pin headers and this SD slot that I'm not going to use. And what I'm thinking is I just take 2 of these little push buttons and just stick them on the, what are you doing? And just stick them onto the outside of the case. So, that's my checklist. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, but I think that's everything. I feel like I'm going in the opposite direction of bomb here. We're entering bomb territory. I don't want to... This isn't the spot I need to be in. I documented a few very light weeks of work on this project, and I did mention a few things that I wanted to have done. So far, I've done none of those things, but it is still... progress is progressing. Just finished off the PCB, and I've got that design shipped off. And hopefully that'll be here within the next week. My big things are, needs to be compact, it needs to be expandable just with software, and it needs to last at least a couple hours on a full charge. All 3 of which shouldn't be too difficult. In my PCB design I included pin headers that add as GPIO ports for in and out, and then also more pins for a UART bus. So it means I can add as many devices as I want. Well, realistically, 8 more? Simple stuff, it's whatever. For the my PCB design, definitely compact. It's better than this. This by a long shot, I want to say. At least this was like a proof of concept, which is nice. Now it's just the hope that I didn't royally fuck anything up and I have to reorder the PCB. So theoretically this will be done this week, but it's still all up in the air. So there's a few parts to this. First part, hardware. This is what I'm best at. This is what I've had the most experience with. And so this will be done first. As I mentioned with the PCB, I'm very confident with my CAD skills too, so I can get a case done in no time. On the main board, I've got an SD card reader, RF transceiver, big word, transistors for a flashlight I want to have, and then also a transistor to control the LCD backlight to not be running so much power through the microcontroller. The second part, software. I know code, it's terrifying, but this will all be on my GitHub and my website, and if you're interested in how any of this works, that'll be up there with explanations, and hopefully not terribly written comments. Now all I can realistically do is wait, but hey, at least you got something to watch for right now. I don't know, as usual, if you want to see the finished product, you can like and subscribe.